So with the XDefiant beta done, this video contains my full thoughts on the game so far and the good and the bad with the game. So if you didn't play it, then this could be a review for you. Let's start off with the bad from XDefiant's open beta. The first bad thing was that on PC, some players were restricted to only keyboard and mouse input, which forced them to play on an input they didn't like or know how to play. This was actually intended by the devs, as you guys can see with this tweet right here. Secondly, the netcode. And yes, I know it got fixed, but there's still some issues with the netcode as far as I saw. I was dying behind corners, walls, and more. The netcode was not the end-all be-all, as most of the other times I was playing the game, it was pretty good. It's definitely an improvement from what it used to be. Thirdly, the meta of the game is heavily dominated by the ACR. And when I tell you guys the ACR is OP, the ACR is OP. That gun needs to be balanced way better, as the other guns in the game can somewhat compete with it, but with the netcode problems and other factors, the ACR just dominates the game way too much. I know they buffed some weapons like the P90 and stuff, but it just wasn't enough to compete with the ACR at all. If there's more diversity with the guns being used, the game will be played out a lot better. And if I'm being honest, that's all the real bad I saw with XDefiant's open beta. When the full game comes out, it'll definitely be better, and I cannot wait to see how good the game will be. Remember guys, this game has a ton of potential. It's called the COD killer for a reason. Now let's talk about the good in the game. What I loved about XDefiant was its look. It's vibrant, casual, clean vibe. I didn't play on the max graphics or settings, but even still on the lowest graphics and settings, the game looked really good. Like once you look at the game itself, you can tell that it's an arcade shooter and it knows its own identity. And I really like that. There's a bunch of games try to be something that they're not, you know what I'm saying? Another thing I love was the movement of the game. The movement's like old Call of Duty. It's an amazing thing to feel again. It's like the perfect blend of a bunch of COD games and it feels really nice. And even with the movement gap, there's still penalties to bunny hopping, slide canceling, and doing all that movement stuff. And I definitely felt it because I was on keyboard and mouse. The movement itself is very fast paced and very balanced. Another thing I really did enjoy, and this from the closed beta and my experience with it, is that the aim assist is not that strong like Call of Duty is. It doesn't guide you. It doesn't have rotational aim assist. Aim assist is pretty balanced in this game, and it really shows off the skill of all controller players, which I really do like. And finally, the last thing I enjoyed and thought was good about XDefiant was the gameplay itself. Gameplay itself is such a nice feeling. Getting kills, outplaying others, winning a game, all feel really good, and it's so much fun to actually play a game. And for once, it doesn't feel like you have to do chores for it. Overall, XDefiant shows great potential as a competitive team-based shooter. Its diverse roster of characters, fast-paced gameplay, and emphasis on strategy make for an engaging experience overall. However, I feel like the game still has some rough edges to iron out before its full release. And that's with the netcode, matchmaking, bug fixes. If the game continues to be updated and polished, XDefiant can become a competitive, compelling addition to the FPS genre. And I'm going to recommend this game to you as this game is very fun and it's easy to play and it's free to play. As it evolves, you should really keep an eye on it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you guys did, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.